Hi, I'm Joan from Mad Bees, and I want to show you today a little bit about Bernina's new free arm hoop. It's a large free arm hoop that came out about a year ago. So I'm going to show you how to hoop an item with this hoop. You can see this looks different than our other hoops because it's got the large clamp, and the large clamp is actually on the inner hoop rather than the outer hoop. And then the outer hoop has that nice ratchet release button, and you press these knobs and that hoop opens up really wide so that you can easily hoop your item. And it also allows you to hoop things that may be a little bit thicker. So I've got my tote marked with the center, and I'm going to slide the outer hoop into the bag. And I've already got a piece of stabilizer in here. I'm going to try to center that as best I can. And because I've got positioning tools on my machine, I don't have to hoop this exactly straight. And I don't know if you heard that, but you want to tighten this ratchet knob until you hear that loud click. And then I'm just going to peek in here and make sure all my stabilizer is in my hoop and everything looks good. Okay, it's ready to go onto the machine. Okay, so I have my machine set up for embroidery, and I need to put this on the machine. I've taken the table off because I need to have the free arm of my machine. And I also want to move my module arm back just so I have more room to maneuver. And to do that, I'm going to, first of all, get my design. And then I'm going to go to my hoop menu and park my embroidery module. I'm also going to choose the hoop right here. So I have an option that says L-FA. That's the large free arm hoop. And I'm going to select that. Now I have lots of room to put the hoop on the machine. And what I'm doing is I am putting the inside of the hoop, the inside of the bag is going over my free arm of my machine. And once I get everything where it needs to be, everything underneath that free arm, I can bring this arm back. And I'm just going to touch the needle icon. That brings my embroidery module arm back, and I can snap it onto the machine. Because I didn't hoop my project perfectly straight, I'm going to use the tools on my machine to make sure it's exactly where I want it. And to do that, I'm going to go back to my editing mode, into the I menu, and I'm going to touch my perfect placement icon right here. Now it gives me options. I'm using the Pro, as you can see. So it gives me two options. It's different than the other machines a little bit. So I'm going to choose the top grid, and now I've got the grid around my design here. I want to touch that center button just because I want to, first of all, make sure I get it right exactly in the center. And wow, look at that. That's pretty darn close. Okay, now I'm going to touch the top center dot and position that. And when I get it positioned, I'm going to touch set. And it will put a yellow ring around that dot to show that that is a set point. I'm going to choose the bottom middle dot and move it over to my line. And now that is right on the line, I can see, and set that point, and I am finished centering my design. Okay, I'm going to turn the laser off, and I'm ready to stitch. So all I need to do is touch the needle icon, and that takes me into embroidery. And you can see on screen here that my design is rotated a little bit. That's what pinpoint placement does. It will rotate your design perfectly so that it will be on those on the crosshairs that you've drawn. Our embroidery design is finished, and now we want to take it off the machine. I want to show you how to take the hoop off of the embroidery module. It's going to be a little difficult because there's not much room, so we have to park the embroidery arm like we did in the very beginning. Let me just take the hoop off and set it on the arm of the machine, and then I'm going to go to that hoop menu that we did before and choose Park to the left. And that moves the arm over, and I've got lots of room to take my project off the machine. There we go.